welcome to the NYXUS Podcast. I'm your host, Melany Nyx. Tonight, my co-host again, Sarah, from Haunted Photography. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm good. How are you all?
I'm good. Sarah brought on the guys from the Ziggurat. What's up, boys?
So how's it going?
Go ahead, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
I'm D. Void, vocals and guitar of the Ziggurat.
Matt, go ahead.
Matt Waldendale, lead guitar, backup vocals.
Steve Hammond, bassist.
I'm Sturthanis, drums.
Awesome. Welcome, guys. Sarah was recommending you guys. I know you guys were also waiting to get a hold of me to do this podcast, so I'm sorry for the delay. I am back. I'm ready to kick some ass again, so let's do this.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
So, the Ziggurat, where's the inspiration? Where did the name come from? I mean, I love the logos. I love how your name is. You can see it on Sarah's shirt right now.
Yeah.
Fuck mint. What's the inspiration?
It's great.
Well, the inspiration originally was focused on mythology and metaphysical ideas, and I wanted to kind of capture the essence of, all spiritual things at the time to get it across. And I kind of looked with like pyramids, being fascinated with, desert scapes, but felt they had been overdone. So I looked more to like Sumerian side of things, having been exposed to the Necronomicon Simon edition and reading in it. And just the Ziggurat really stood out to me. The first structure dedicated to, the gods, from 6,000 years ago. And it just really seemed to capture the whole idea of the lost desert scape and the abandoned temple. And then, of course, the logo is shaped to look like said thing as well. It all really flowed hand in hand, and we got away from the mythology and eventually adopted Lovecraft into our identity.
Absolutely. You could see the Lovecraft inspiration. I love it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, look at this. I know this. And my kid was just talking about Lovecraft this week, so good.
Yeah, and the logo is a big part of the identity of the band too. Because no matter what flyer it's on or what advertisement it's on, it stands out from every other thing that you see on there, every other band name on there. It's like a stamp, and it's a really strong symbol that stands out immediately.
It's very important. Mark's here. He says, "Cool dudes." Anthony is here. He says, "Hell yes." Geo, as I predicted. Welcome, guys. While I'm asking you this question, I'm gonna go get the logo so we can show people. I mean, I think it's really, really cool. How'd you guys meet up? How did the band become to be?
Well, the band was just a byproduct.
That's a simple question with a big answer.
Yeah,
seems like a loaded one right there.
It really is. It really is. I mean, the quickest way to sum it up is that no one was doing anything at the time, and so I decided to just focus on my music and throw out a bunch of rods to see if I could catch any fish on musicians, and it really came together effortlessly. When the stars align, they align. And of course, my brother, Sturthanis, I've been playing music with him. He's my brother. And I brought him in as a drummer. He always wanted to play drums for a band. And so we just attacked it and just took right off.
That is amazing. Donald's here, the Zig.
Donnie.
Gio said it's very Zigguratish. You'll love it.
Big Don.
Yeah, definitely.
Hit them with a question. Go ahead.
All right. What is your dream collaboration? Like, if you could bring on any vocalist to collaborate with, who would it be? Or musician. It don't have to be a vocalist. Yeah, each one. Go one at a time.
We all have different ones, but I'm sure there's some we can all agree on. I know for a fact that if Dwayne would say King Diamond is a vocalist, I'm pretty sure the other three of us would be on board for that. I'd friggin' love to have like KK Downing or Glenn Tipton do something with us.
Yeah, anybody from Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, King Diamond, Merciful Fate, any of the classic forefathers, have them do a guest solo or a vocal track. That'd be great.
That's great. Do you have any collaborations planned on any upcoming recordings?
Well, no large name individuals, but Paul Surratt of Mesopotamia, we're working something on the side. It's kind of going to be a surprise for everyone, but we're bringing him on, and he has a very powerful, clean voice that I plan on utilizing at some point.
Good. Yeah, I had saw something where you all had posted a girl had came into the studio, and I didn't know.
Becca.
Yeah.
Becca, yep.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to regular things, Becca is part, of the Ziggurat. She's been there since. I mean, she's not an official member, but she's been a collaborator with us since 2008 when we released Plague of the Pallid Mask. And I've been having her do voices on multiple albums and multiple projects ever since.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I wasn't for sure if she was like singing or what we was going to be looking at there.
Yeah,
she voice acts, does a lot of intros and things for us.
What's up, Matt?
Yeah.
There you go, guys. There's the logo. There it is. I just aesthetically is
so
very
beautiful.
Pleasing, guys.
Yes. This is our 25-year art that my daughter had a hand in creating.
Oh wow!
Specifically for our 25-year anniversary.
Yes, that's amazing.
That is really amazing. That she created this.
When we saw your drum setup go up at Amp Fest, Travis was like, "Holy shit, it's Cthulhu!" And I'm like,
"Oh yeah."
We've been carrying that bass head around with us for years.
Yeah.
I loved it. Oh my gosh,
almost every show someone steps up and takes a photo of it. Almost every time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
was
that
so over the moon.
For sure.
The artwork on that drum head is by the Lovecraftian artist Dave Carson, and Dave Carson is like the Lovecraftian go-to when it comes to Lovecraftian artwork. He's been doing it since the 70s. He's been illustrating Lovecraftian books his entire life. Neil Gaiman even had comments about his work, and Dave Carson hit us up one day and said he liked what we were doing, and after very little negotiation, we started having him do our art, and really gave legitimacy to the band and what we were doing.
Yes.
He's done, 3 shirts? 3 artwork for 3 shirts?
4 complete pieces now. The Zigil was the last one, which is what we call our symbol, the Zigil.
Mm-hmm.
Coined by Strathonis.
I love it.
I do too.
What's the creative process? Because now we discovered before we started the episode, guys, there was 3 of them in one room. I thought everybody was in a separate house because of the the way everybody was set up, and
there's no good technology here to accommodate.
Do you guys record in studio?
We record in my home.
We record in the room we started in.
All right.
Yeah. I'm in the isolation room right now.
Amazing.
He's on his door behind me.
Yeah. Well, when I bought a house, I had to make sure that I could transform it into a recording studio, and so I have the entire upstairs of the house separated and partitioned and everything.
Well, you said 25 years when you were talking about the logo earlier and everything. How long have you guys been doing this?
25 years. 2023 is our 25th year.
Yeah, we started in 98. We had a different lineup. It was me and Dwayne, and had a couple other guys. Nick Hallman was playing guitar, and Scott Lawson was playing guitar, and Dwayne was actually on bass. And we started out like that in the early days, and we swapped up some members. Brad Shaneman jumped in on bass. Dwayne moved to guitar when Nick went off to college, and that was the lineup for quite a while until what was the year, Matt, you came on?
2000.
I joined in 2010.
Yeah.
Yep. In 2010, we got Matt and
Chris Hoff.
Who introduced us to Matt. And we did that for quite a while. We kind of went on hiatus around 2017, 2018. And then after Chris Hoff sadly passed away last year, we got back together and had a memorial show. And Steve was always our backup bassist, picked by Chris Hoff for shows that he couldn't make due to work obligations. So everything fell back together. And once we decided to go for it full tilt, Steve signed on, and this is the lineup that we have now solidified.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's a great lineup. Bunch of great dudes.
Then he says best local band along with Dead Shroud.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Danny. Yeah, everybody check out Kuru. Check out Kuru. That's his band.
For sure.
Yeah.
You guys have a nice presence.
Awesome.
Like
they
here
do.
in locally in the community, you guys are the Ziggurats are like a name that I hear a lot.
Awesome.
So, can't wait to catch a show. Let's see.
I can't wait to come down there.
What, February 2024, you guys said, right?
Yeah, February 17th at the Milk Parlor. Bringing Never Fall Up from South Carolina, and Inferior Design is going to be open up that night. And who's playing second, Dwayne? I'm drawing a blank.
I'm drawing a blank too.
I saw that lineup.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Sorry,
I just remember seeing you all in Inferior.
Yeah, I was going to say Valletta.
Sorry, Justin. Yeah, it's Valletta from Raleigh, and we can't wait to have them. They play like black and roll.
Very cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I love doing this podcast because discovering, sitting down with a band, I always discover 3, 4, 5 bands in another night. Like just talking with.
It's inevitable. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we always try to switch up the lineups with the bands we bring through. We try to keep it fresh for the local scene and all the students and all of our friends, and expose them to a wide variety of bands. That really helps, if they're on tour, bring them into Blacksburg, we have the home base there and Radford, of course. But yeah, we try to bring something new for everybody to check out.
We appreciate
Keep
it.
variety on the things we book.
Do you guys try to book your shows like keep all the bands in like sounding the same as you guys, or do you guys like not really focus on that and it's more like discovering new music?
I don't think we focus on it too much.
One thing
it's not really a priority.
One thing about it is like we know death metal bands, we know hard rock bands, we know black metal bands, power metal bands, and the cool thing about a lot of Dwayne and our material that over the years is we have about 3 different genres that we could lean into depending on who we're playing with.
Yeah, we could really custom cater our set to whatever situation we find ourselves in. That way we don't, that way we can play to the crowd as well.
That's after 25 years, you guys must have a wide catalog of songs. I mean,
me and my brother were just downstairs looking at the list of things we can play on command, and we were just like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of material.
Yeah, we've got over 30. We've got over 30 songs on deck.
Wow. That's
the 30 songs that we can play on command, but we have about 60 songs total written that have been either recorded or not recorded yet that are still just floating in the ether.
That's really cool, guys.
A lot of material.
Today was a special day, and not just for the podcast, not just because you guys were here. You guys released an album today.
We did. Yeah. Today is the release of Confrontation with the Disciples of the Shadow Walker of 2023. This is a complete redo of our second album of the same name that was originally released in 2007, back when home recording was a brand new thing and we were still trying to figure out how to do it and what to do with it. And we, this being our 25th anniversary, we already redid the album Hymns of the Cthulhu Mythos again, remastered, re-recorded, reimagined from the ground up. And we did that when it was released May 1st. And then today we hit our second album redo, Confrontation with the Disciples of the Shadowwalker. It's got 4 tracks on it and an intro, so a total of 5. It's on Bandcamp exclusively right now. It'll be on all the major streaming services by Monday. But really excited. Yeah, it's on YouTube already. But one of the tracks on it, Burn Away My Sins, it has never been recorded before, but it's from the era of when that music was written, and so we wanted to have it included. And this album, not to keep going on, but this album revolves around what the band was originally about, you know, mythology and world religions and different ideas like that. And it's actually our original first set of material from 1998 to 2002. And even though that material is our first, it's our second album. So it's really exciting to have that material for this long and finally hear it presented in a much bigger, more grandiose, slightly theatrical way. And it, you know, brings it home. You're finally giving it the proper due that it deserved.
I love anything that sings or tells about mythology. I'm a big mythology nut. And you can really hear it in this album. In all of them.
And I feel like each song, you know, being that it was an early writing style, really, each song sounds like what it's about. You know, it's easy to make a song sound Egyptian, like the song Curse, but, you know, on the first day being the song about, you know, Abrahamic creation, or whether it's Burn Away My Sins has that, you know, that Indian feel underneath some of the riffs. It really captures the part of the world that it was from. And I think that with the capabilities of today's recording, redoing these and giving them all those flares is just the whole reason we're doing this 25-year redo, recapturing all this old material from when we were immature and the recordings were poor.
Yeah, I was listening to Curse, that I've recently got heavy into Egyptian mythology, and you can hear it just in them opening riffs, and I'm like, this is very Egyptian mythology, and I loved it. I didn't get to listen to it right away when you told me about it because I fell asleep, but I really enjoyed it. I listened to it about 4 times. The album's great. I love all the intros that you have on every album. They're very unique and different, and very few bands like locally do that. Like you and Valor Morghulis is one of the 2 that I know that do intros like that.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I love those guys. Lars just fantastic. The intros have always been a big part of what I do, which is why Matt said if I had another, you know, a collaborator like King Diamond, it's because I've always wanted to be, you know, the King Diamond of death metal and give everything that aura and that atmosphere and that storytelling experience, but through the lens, you know, of death metal.
That's actually a fun point to what we were saying about being able to cater the set to various audiences and or bands we're playing with, is that musically it changes from song to song. We have a little bit of all kinds of subgenres mixed in it. The only consistently death metal thing about it is the vocals.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we talked about Curse, so I'm thinking this comment from Gio, though. I'm queuing up the new stuff right now, but I've played Eye of the Witch 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
LOL, I'm in deep.
Yeah.
All right. Time for my hashtag not sponsored moment, which I will find the image after to show you with Gio. Gio is the owner of the Deck of Many Bands. If you guys are not in the Deck of Many Bands, please message Gio. It is a deck of cards. The first edition is out. There's 92 cards. I'm in the first edition as a broadcasters. It's broadcasters, musician, bands. He takes your picture, puts where you're from, little QR code, and he puts you in the playing cards, and then you just kind of shuffle the cards and discover bands. There's 92 of them.
That's awesome. It's a great idea. It's great.
It's free to be in the deck. So if you guys are interested, just let Gio know. Hashtag not sponsored.
Absolutely.
But I support him 100%. Before we keep going with the questions, let's listen to curse. I'm gonna set it up. What is this song about, guys?
Well, as Sarah said, it's definitely got an Egyptian tone. Curse is about explorers in ancient Egypt who die during the process of exploring and find themselves awakening at the feet of Egyptian gods, having their souls judged by them and finding that their souls do not cut the mustard and are sent to the Egyptian burning sands with terrible things chasing them for eternity as their punishment.
Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, don't go there and do that.
No, you better have a...
No obligation, but love to have you. Plenty of room for all my indies. 100%.
Yeah, so kind of like that meme where you see the people die and they wake up to all the gods, and there's like, oh crap, we picked the wrong one. Look at these explorers who go there and they open their eyes, and it's, you know, slathering jaws of death and the scales and Osiris and Anubis standing before them, and they realize that it's far too late.
You better have your spells with you when you go.
No, yeah, they're not prepared. And our Becca is on this track as well. I wanted to have some like background whispers of once they realize their predicament, and you can hear her voice whispering various terrorized things in the background.
Gio's telling me to push the button. Push the button.
Push the button.
All right, I'm pushing the button. Well, there you go, guys. This was Curse by the Ziggurat. This is the NYXUS Podcast, and I'm Melany Nyx. I always have a hard time to say this in order. My ADHD brain can't put it in order. It's all there. Sue me. No, I really don't. Nightfall Band. What's up, Keith? The dynamics of the song musically are badass. Yes. Donald says yes. It's musical story. I'm picturing this as a soundtrack as you walk up to Judgment. Like, what up?
Yeah. Well, thanks for all the compliments, guys. This is fantastic. No, that's the whole point.
Greatly appreciate
tell
it.
Everything. Yeah, tell everything as a story, and be the King Diamond of what I do. And and Steve with his bass lines in this, and with Matt with his attack and his backing vocals, and Sterling reimagining the drums in different ways over 25 years. It's just really made the songs exactly what they need to be.
I mean, it's incredible. It's you could feel the whole, like Keith said, the whole dynamics in that song.
Yeah, and certain
amazing.
songs that we write, really lend themselves to have that extra theatric touch to really drive the vibe home and drive the story home of what's going on. And like any old school metalhead, reading the lyrics as you're listening to the song just launches it, like it used to when you were 15 listening to your Slayer records and your King Diamond records, and you're reading the lyrics while you're jamming out to it and really getting the scope of what's going on. A lot of people can't understand death metal lyrics, so breaking out the lyrics once in a while is a very worthwhile investment. You'll be blown away by what's going on.
It's always appreciated. Always appreciated. Yeah. I mean, I love death metal music, and half the time I just can't understand the lyrics. But then if I have them in front of my face at least once, then I'm like, oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't my brain connecting this? Like,
you see it printed in front of you, and it just makes it. You can hear it all of a sudden.
Exactly. You just read them, and you're like, oh yeah, clear as fuck.
Yeah. We strive to be very. We strive to be very understandable and well pronounced when we do vocals like that. Anyway.
Yeah, we
really
really
a badass sound and vibe.
No, you can always understand what you guys are saying.
Extra diction and word structure to really form it out to where, the lyrics, even though a lot of people can't understand it, it's more understandable than a lot of death metal compared to Cannibal Corpse or Suffocation or something like that, where everyone can understand that's plain as day.
I mean, I still like it, but I don't always understand what they're screaming at me.
Oh yeah,
I wish I could. But I have a fun question for me, and it's not a so fun question for you guys. I do it at every episode. If you've watched the shows once in a while, you know what questions I'm about to ask. I put an evil curse on you guys, and all of a sudden, you can only listen to one song for the rest of your life.
Oh, shit.
Song. What song are we? What song are we listening to? That's my villain moment.
The first thing that came to mind is Hit the Lights by Metallica, so that'll be it for all
Okay.
Jeez, that is an evil curse. But to be honest, I would pick Change of Seasons by Dream Theater. It goes a lot of places. It goes from pretty to heavy to moving. It's got so many moments in it, and it's a 23-minute song.
You go.
That's my favorite Dream Theater song ever, and everybody's like, how can you listen to that for so long? I'm like, there's so much different stuff in it. It ain't like one set thing.
It doesn't lose your interest. And Dream Theater is good for making long songs, but that's an exceptionally good, consistently good one that keeps you engaged.
Yes.
I feel the love, Keith. I feel the love.
Yeah. I want to know what Steve's song would be.
That's tough, but I think like Sterling, the first thing that came to mind, probably Crystal Mountain by Death.
Good pick. I could mull this one over for days, but the first thing that jumped in my brain was probably The Odyssey by Symphony X from the album The Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's good, it's long, there's plenty of changes, it keeps you entertained.
Yeah, if I needed a longer song, it'd probably be Rime of the Ancient Mariner. By Iron Maiden, at least, that one's a about 4 times, 6 times longer than Hit the Lights.
Yeah.
It's tougher
And
than
there's
it
longer
sounds.
Dream Theater songs too, but like I said, Change of Season keeps me engaged.
Yeah, for some reason my mic keeps muting. I don't know why, but I keep unmuting.
I keep having to mute you because I don't know if you guys can hear this.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah.
Weird. I don't hear anything.
If I don't mute
It's
you when you're
Yogsapah.
not talking, it's like Cthulhu's coming to get us or some shit. It's,
Now,
Yogsapah.
that's gonna happen.
My bad.
That's gonna happen. You're interviewing us. Sometimes catastrophes follow.
it
It's
sounds
happened
like
before.
sounds like
Yeah,
it's
multiple
underwater.
times.
I'm not trusting it, guys. I'm not trusting it. I would agree with anything really Metallica. Yeah, it's a good choice also. Absolutely. Keith,
Anything off the first 4 albums.
You guys saw earlier, Keith says, this question sucks. I feel
Yeah,
the
everyone
love.
knows this question sucks.
That's why you got to ask it.
I love you too, Keith. I love you too.
It can't be all nice.
Okay, then let me do a nice question. If you could build your own tour, like the Ziggurat is building their own tour, so there's 4 of you. I'll give you 5 bands each.
Oh,
Who are we seeing?
I only need 3.
It's a festival. Okay, all right, 3. I'll give you 5 maximum. Okay, it's a
I
festival
need
at this point.
King Diamond, Judas Priest, and Iron Maiden, and us.
Yes. Yes, I would pay a lot of money to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really fit on that bill, but that would be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about
Come
you
on.
guys?
What are they?
I'm waiting to see if somebody else pipes up.
I mean, we've already played with Melakesh, but any of the Middle Eastern sounding bands. I mean, possibly Nile, Melakesh, us. Who else, Dwayne, has that kind of sound?
I couldn't say off the top of my head. That's pretty much all I listen to is them.
They were fantastic when we played with them.
Yeah, we don't really, put forth that overly Middle Eastern vibe too often, even though our name's the Ziggurat. But when we go to it, we really like to dig our fingers into it, like you heard on Curse. And we have a couple other tracks, like Nyarlathotep, which is about an Egyptian Lovecraftian god. We kind of go there with it as well to give that whole song the vibe. Yeah.
Nice. Keith says, I love Mirath. How about you guys? Let's see. Steve.
Oh.
Matt.
Let's see here. I'm going to say Symphony X for sure. They're a big one for me. I love those guys. Dragon Force, they're fantastic live, fun show. My kind of music. Cataclysm. Those guys have the tightest live sound I have ever seen. They lay waste to any stage they get on. Got 2 left. See, the fun of this question is that everybody else starts saying which ones they want, and they take the ones out of your mouth.
Yeah, Cataclysm's a good pick.
So like I said, they're fans. I've seen a lot of bands live, and those guys blow me away. Oh. You wouldn't think 2 more would be that hard.
It's 5 tops, so.
Yeah, 5 times.
Yeah, I've already done 3.
No, you can stop there if you want. If you want to keep racking your brain and
Steve, you go ahead and pitch a few. I'll come up with 2 more.
I'm an old school death metal fan, so I'd have to pick Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation, and if Chuck Schuldiner was still alive, definitely be Death. But
Okay, well, Dying Fetus.
Since he's not alive, I'll pick Cataclysm too.
Yeah.
Actually, I got my other 2: Dying Fetus and Revocation.
Hey, Mark, I'm working on that.
give me vinyl. You
We're
guys are
working
working on vinyls.
Well, it's in the plans. It's in the processes.
Where can we
If
get
all
the
things-
merch?
Oh, the merch. Just go to Bandcamp or come see us live. Bandcamp's the best place to go. On Fridays, especially when the artist gets 100% of the income. You
The
can't beat
first
that
Friday
place.
of every month.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. You can't beat that. They really work for the artist It's really easy to manage that. You can buy our digital music there. You can buy our shirts, our hoodies, our physical CDs. Of course, the new CD Confrontation will be a physical copy here in the next couple of weeks. Those will start shipping out. But yeah, Bandcamp, go there, get the merch, come see us live. We'd love to have you.
Today's
Go
the
buy
day.
that hoodie.
Today,
Yeah.
Today is Bandcamp Day, the first of the month. The first Friday of the month is today. Gio said that he'll break the news to Gore, always a bridesmaid.
Well, no offense to him, I'd pick War if David Rocky was still alive.
Yeah.
Huge fan of Violence is Alive and War Party.
America Must Be Destroyed is what got me into War.
I just love
I never really could get into them.
I love how they dress.
Yeah.
You got to give a shout out to Lordy, because they're from Sweden or Finland, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do the whole stage setup, except they're more like 80s metal.
Yeah, if Kiss was good.
I resent that.
Oh no!
Fan fight.
Oh my
fired.
god!
Oh, please. We've been having this debate for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is my brother-in-law's favorite band ever, and he, my daughter got into Kiss due to Scooby-Doo, and now she loves Kiss, and I'm like, I'll listen to it because
Well, I mean,
do.
Scooby-Doo kicks
I'm not
ass.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
they
not
had
Kiss
that one
Army.
movie with them.
I'm not Kiss Army die hard, but they're better than Dwayne says they are.
my nephews just went to see the show with their dads, and I mean that everybody had the full makeup on, and they're like big Kiss fans. I'm like, it's all right. I'll listen to the music. I'm not a huge fan.
They got a couple good songs.
You
Yeah,
know.
there's
I've always said they got I've always said they have about 5 solid albums, which out of a 40-year plus career is not a lot, but it's, something.
And my brother-in-law, for his senior prom, he dressed up as one of them. I can't remember, but that was his makeup. And I'm like, okay.
Nice.
I'll go with King Diamond's makeup any day.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So what inspires you guys? What gives you that kick in the ass to keep making music, to get on stage?
For me, I just don't have a choice. It's what I was made to do. It's what I was built to do. Through struggles, through ease, whatever the case may be. When in those times we were in hiatuses, I still made music. All of us during our hiatus, we still made music. We still recorded music. You're just driven, or you're not, and you just keep at it and keep at it.
Pretty much.
Like I said, I personally don't have a choice, but for me, I have. I love scary movies. I love horror movies. I love the nightmares I have, and I love transforming all that into music to really focus it all in, and using, my nightmares and all the horror movies to really channel it into making the music potent. Because, as I've said a couple of times, it's easy to write a love song because everyone feels love. It's easy to write a party song. Everyone wants to feel good. It's really hard to sell a scary idea and make it seem like you mean it. So for me, it's all about capturing that and getting it into music that drives me to keep going until I get it right.
Yeah.
I picked up guitar like 13 years old. Went for the first thing I could find that seemed fun, challenging, and entertaining to do. Found metal, was already into horror movies, so the aesthetic and the content of it lined up, and I just haven't been able to put it down since. I met these guys, and almost magically what I wanted to do musically and subject matter wise just aligned with what they did.
From a musician's perspective, there's a certain magic to creating and playing music together. There's an energy that happens in the room, and there's a connection between the musicians, and that almost is like a life force. It sustains you, it energizes you, and then when you do that in front of a large crowd that is equally as enthusiastic, you can ride that wave of just vitality, for a couple weeks, and then practice again, and you keep it going. you have another show, you write together, and ideas spring forth, and there's a feeling associated with pulling ideas from nothingness and then making them a reality, and that reality that others can feel. That's the main thing for me when we all are in a room together writing music. We can all feel it, and whether we say it or not, I mean, it's in the room.
Yeah, I have to agree 100% with Sturthanis there. Yeah.
She just said, crowds, I'm out. Tries to look busy. Everything definitely happens for a reason. Yes, absolutely. I love the whole metal music meets horror movies and smashed together. It's my thing. I fucking love it.
I'm sorry, but I just realized that Matt had his name as the Serpent God, and it's amazing.
It took somebody long enough to notice.
I noticed right off.
I know.
Now, just so I can comment on that, our friend Chris, our former bassist Chris, wrote the majority of the song "The Serpent God," and then we got Matt to lay down solos on it, and everyone started referring.
First thing I got noticed for.
Yeah, it was Matt has been known ever since as the song that he didn't write.
Yep. I've spent years now. Somebody sees me in public and is like the Serpent God, and I'm like, yeah, that song Chris wrote that I took the credit for.
Yeah.
Well, you did those solos. So you.
Well, yeah, it was the first thing I got noticed in the band for doing. I didn't ask for the nickname. I can't even remember who the first person to call me that was. It just someone called me that outside the bar one night, and it stuck.
The best nicknames are like that. Are the ones that come out of nowhere and you don't know why, but it's your nickname from now on. That's what you're called.
I mean, I could ask for worse ones, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple other ones.
Oh, by all means, Steve, share. I don't care.
Oh, the mouth of madness.
The mouth of madness.
Right.
Yeah.
Coined by our friend Todd Griffith.
Oh, we need to know what's the story behind that, though.
Oh,
Matt just likes to talk a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm a conversationalist if ever there was one. I walked into the house that we had death ride practice in Blacksburg one day, and Todd immediately saw me come in the door, turned to everybody else, and said, "All right, guys, take a breath. We're going into the mouth of madness."
Yeah. Matt will keep a conversation going for 7 weeks.
Easy. I told him he thought he was slick, but I was going to keep that, and I did.
See? Look, yeah.
Yeah, we was at the Terra Festa, and Matt and DJ, I think they stood there and they talked for a solid hour.
Oh, it's worse when someone returns the engagement.
Oh, yeah, no, I think we all stood out there and we talked for a really long time, and I was trying to bebop around and see where I needed to be, but yeah, him and DJ, they stood there and they talked a long time.
DJ's a cool dude. He's easy to talk to.
I love DJ. Oh, yes. No, all them guys are great. They're so nice and easy to talk to. Yeah, I got to hang out with them at our drummer's wedding, and that was just really nice because I wasn't having to yell at them to talk over music. And it was really nice and calm, but no, they're great guys to hang out with.
Yeah.
The second song I picked from you guys is The Road to Dunwich.
It's great.
Can I get a little background story?
All right, in the late 60s, there's a movie adaptation of Lovecraft's story, The Dunwich Horror, with Dean Stockwell from Quantum Leap in it. And it's an old movie, so it's a little dry, but it really captured the story really well. And a guy named Les Baxter did the score for it. But that score, even though it sounds very 70s, is very haunting, and the melody in it was absolutely moving. So I took inspiration from that and little snippets of it, which I've credited in everything I've done for it, that it was inspired by his works, and took that and made I made a really effective song that captured the idea of Yogg-Sothoth and the original story, utilizing the hooks from his original score. Now, the opening of it is almost a direct line from his his work, and then the closing of the song is also almost a direct line from his closing of the song, and the entire bulk of the song in between it is 100% us. That has little hat tippings here and there to the things he was doing in it. But this song is really done really well off of our redo album, Hymns of Cthulhu Mythos 2023, and I couldn't be prouder of this song. I look forward to everyone hearing it.
Awesome.
It's great. I love this song.
Yeah, me too. That's why I picked it.
And Dream Quest.
Might have missed it. Who does
Dream
what
Quest
in the band? So can you guys reintroduce yourself real quick before I...
Yeah, Steve is the bassist wherever he is. I'm vocals and guitar. Matt,
lead guitar, backup vocals.
Yeah. Mr. Thomas is the percussion of the gods.
I'm the battery. I am the drums.
Drums of Doom.
Drums of Doom.
Oh, he's really fun to watch play drums. I always love getting shots of drummers and like footwork and everything, and he's great.
The pedal work in Curse was really fucking amazing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
And still Geo, sarcasm incarnated. Incarnate. I can't spell. I can't read. Let's just fucking listen to music.
Hell yeah.
we're back. Welcome back to the NYXUS Podcast. Holy shit, I always have a hard time to like come back from a song. I'm gonna have to find like a magic trick or formula or some shit. I don't know. We're with the Ziggurat guys. They speak better than me. I don't know. I took a week off and it's like my brain is like, oh, how to podcast. Fuck. Go, Sarah. Just take over.
Okay. What has been your favorite show that you've got to play this year?
That we've played this year?
Yeah. Or, I mean, at any point in time. I mean, like, I'm going off since I've known you guys, June.
Yeah.
So, this year, or any year in particular?
We had two real good ones at the Milk Parlor this year. One was with Erosian and Moynock back in January. That place was packed. And we played with Bethlehem back in August, and it was themed out there like D&D inspired themed. It was a Thursday, and that place was packed, and everybody was in costume. That was two of the ones.
Believe it.
Yeah, Bethlehem show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I wish I could have came to that show.
Nest recently played there on Friday, October the 13th, and share members with so that was really cool. A lot of people came out for that. That was another really good show. A lot of good ones at the Milk Parlor.
Yeah, and I've also enjoyed all the larger ones like Amp Fest and Terra Festa. Love getting to play with Terra Firma. I love those guys. And that's where I learned from. Valar Morghulis, found them at Amp Fest. Those are great guys. I'm enjoying doing the large gatherings this year.
Yeah, Amp Fest introduced me to Fury 58, which is like awesome, like Skid Row vibe, hard rock glam metal from near Hickory, North. Those dudes.
And Caduceus too.
Yeah, Amp Fest was like a fully stacked lineup. Everybody there was great, and it's probably because it was my first big show shooting, and I just loved everybody there. And I'm like, I love you.
Also had a good time at
the energy of the show is just fucking.
Yeah.
I get.
I really enjoyed the
show.
Halloween show we did with. You always enjoy doing costume shows.
Yeah,
we played with this Lethal Dread there as well. It was their first show, but always Halloween costume shows are a blast.
Yeah, and we have to.
Your costume was great.
We have to mention of Screamers. A lot of the Halloween themed shows we used to play there every year for Halloween, and it was a small room, but said about the energy. Everybody was in there packed, and most people were trashed, but. In those days, they were it was like, howling and screaming and it was true madness. Those were some fond memories.
Yeah. Good food, too.
Oh, for sure.
What about you, Steve?
I liked Amp Fest, and Terra Festa was good, too. But the Bethlehem show, I think, was the best, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, our first Milk Parlor show in January of this year, kicking off the 25-year anniversary, really was off the chain, too. I mean, this whole year's been fantastic.
Yeah,
Steve,
it's been a great anniversary.
Steve played one of our early Serotanos shows when we first really started looking bands. It was Eldred, maybe Human Infection and the Reasons for Legion, but that was completely packed out, and Steve was our rotating bassist back then.
Yeah, that was my first show. Yeah,
really.
That was a real good one.
What was it, like 2013, maybe 20?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
What's the best piece of advice you guys ever got from another musician?
I've had some real chats over the years.
Relax. When you're drumming, relax. Breathe.
I'm sure that's hard.
I've got two, actually. One of them was a guy that I learned, some stuff playing guitar off of when I was in like late middle school, early high school. Much older than me, but he once told me not to worry about what everybody else does. Worry about what you do, because the only person that does what you do is you.
Yes, sir.
And then from a marketing and writing perspective, Paul Surratt, that Dwayne mentioned earlier, his father once told me and him both that people don't know what they like what they know. So when we write, to keep in mind that, there's no harm in sounding like another band that inspired you to play.
Absolutely.
No, y'all have some like Metallica-ish sounding tracks on the Mythos, Cthulhu, the Mythos of Cthulhu.
Well, we're not ashamed to let our influences shine through in what we do.
No.
I mean, people who listen to us, they hear the Judas Priest, they hear the Iron Maiden, they hear the King Diamond in every turn, and then of course it drops into black metal, or it drops into Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation riffs, but it always stays in that wheelhouse of people who hear us know what we listen to.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Plagiarism is a no-no. Inspiration is a must.
It brings the familiarity, like for us listeners, it makes us listen to the song. We're like, oh, that feels familiar. It feels, it feels good. Any shows in the U.S., absolutely, they're on this coast. Where do you guys do the most of your shows?
Well, this year we've been focusing on staying within, the hour and a half footprint as we recorded and got our toes wet again after our hiatus. And 2024 is going to be expanding out, DC, Richmond, Raleigh, Charlotte, touching into Tennessee and West Virginia, expanding that footprint out a little more while we record 2 more EPs. So we're spreading.
Gio loves to pick on me. Okay, this coast.
We're from Virginia. We're from Virginia, and more or less, when we're not traveling like abroad or out, we're inside of an area of Virginia known as the New River Valley.
Yeah.
There you go, Gio.
Roanoke, Blacksburg, Radford, that area.
This coast.
Yeah, from Whitfield to Lynchburg.
Yep.
Yeah, they're one of my closest shows that I go to is up there at the Milk Parlor, and it's like 3 hours because I live down in Buchanan County, and there's nothing here.
I know. I hear about the Milk Parlor all the time, and we're all the way down here close to Charlotte, and I'm like, God damn it, so far.
Yeah, but y'all got the
that must mean that
all them other places.
That must mean the Milk Parlor's doing something right.
There's shows there all the time. The only thing that gets me about the Milk Parlor is them steps for musicians.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
my favorite place to load equipment.
Yeah, load part of the game.
I messaged Lana today, and I'm like, I hope y'all know what you're in for. Leg day.
Bring your big boy pants.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, those stairs are no joke, and you just have to fight it every time. And every time I go up them, I always ask myself, it's like, when are we going to get those roadies? When are these roadies coming around?
I had found problem with it when I was shot there back in June with Lowe. He is out of Roxborough, North Carolina, and he's in a wheelchair. He's got Vader syndrome, and he had to be carried up and down them steps. I'm like, y'all, we need a side door for people that's in wheelchairs because it's always not accessible. They don't always have people to carry them.
It's not accessible is an understatement. It's not a handicap accessible at all.
No. If you don't have somebody packing you.
All the venues have their little thing. I don't know if you guys played the Milestone. Yeah. Probably.
We have, actually.
You will lose. I think I lost like 30 pounds in water just in sweat that night at the Milestone. Oh, yeah. It was so hot. A bunch of metalheads. Everybody was sweaty. I mean, there's nothing more metal than just sweat dripping from the fucking ceiling. It was disgusting that night.
It's brutal.
We got lucky at Terra Festa because it was cold that night, and they left the door open up front, and so you had fans blowing down there, and I mean, it was cold out there. Travis bought a Ziggurat hoodie, which we fight over all the time. But he's like, I'm sure glad I bought this hoodie because it's cold.
Yeah, and it was perfect timing. We wanted them on. We wanted to have them for Terra Festa, to unleash it with a large show, and it just happened to be freezing that day. And
it was cold.
Those things liquidated. They were just out the door, and no time.
They were so fluffy and warm, and Dwayne brought me over this shirt soon after I walked through the door and gave it to me, and I'm like, oh my God, and I ran and put it right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody make sure to snag one of those hoodies since we're talking merch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wear these shirts. I wear this shirt all the friggin' time.
Stop by band camp. We have actually tons of it.
It's hoodie weather. It's sweater
Got
weather
those-
right now.
There's pink logo shirts now
Oh yeah, the
too.
pink logo.
Yeah, we got those.
Ooh.
Green logo. Yeah.
Hey, go to the band camp. You'll be surprised at how much merch is just right there. It's the most merch we've ever carried at one time.
I'll have to go check it out. I need a beanie. Do y'all have beanies?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I love beanies. I
Can
can't wear
use one of
hats.
those.
Yeah, no, I can't wear hats. I look like Garth. Wayne's. I look like Garth and Wayne.
Wayne.
So
Yeah.
I put a hat on and I've got my glasses on and it's a mean mix.
Yeah.
So I need beanies.
What's up, Anger? Anger Overdose in the house. While we were talking, here we go. Share. There we go. Bandcamp. Merch.
Yeah, there's all of our albums. There's all of our merch.
Yeah.
Look at those beautiful
That is
pink
beautiful.
shirts. I fucking love it.
We just got the pink ones in. We got plenty of them left.
And
Yeah,
there's the
hoodies.
hoodies.
The hoodie.
Yes. So
I
there's the merch,
Two-sided
guys.
giant artwork on the back.
I
Yep,
love
yep.
that Ziggurat
Mhm.
shirt.
Nice. You guys know I always say buy some merch. It's real fun that we stream the music, which we all know Spotify and all those fucking platforms don't pay shit. So
No.
if you really
Yeah.
want to help an artist, buy a t-shirt, buy a sweatshirt. That's what helps the most.
Buy
Before,
merch, go to shows.
And just shop through
Yes.
Bandcamp.
yes,
through Bandcamp.
First Friday of every month, shop through Bandcamp.
It is the best. But
Getting near the end of the episode, before I ask you the NYXUS question, which I ask at every episode, I want to give you guys the floor. I want to give you guys some time to say thank you to whoever you need to say thank you to, whoever you want to shout out.
oh God, I'm gonna forget people, and that's just how it's gonna be. So you have to forgive me.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Kate and Donnie and Danny and Mark and Anthony. Those are, with the exception of Mark, those are all people local to us that have always supported us. Mark's
Yeah.
always supported us from afar.
Yeah, Mark has been there since the beginning of our recording days, and he's actually my one fan that I will send everything I'm working on in the process and get his opinion on. He's been a wonderful friend and fan for many years. Of course, my wife Erin, my kids, Chris Hoff. Miss that guy.
Yeah, big shout out to Chris. Wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm really thankful for all the guys in the band currently right now, because otherwise I'd just be sitting at home, piddling on the computer with my music. I'm glad you brought up Mark to begin with, but yeah, absolutely, Mark.
My wife and kids deserve a shout out too. My oldest is a huge supporter, and my wife is the only reason I have the free time to do this like I do.
Yeah.
They're the real heroes.
Yep.
Now, Mark, we're talking about you.
mentioned and
Now we're talking about you, Mark.
with the merch also when we're playing. So we always are appreciate them doing the sales, while we're playing.
Yeah, anyone who's ever carried equipment, who's ever sat at the merch booth. I want to give another special shout out to Danny Phillips, DP, for being one of our biggest supporters. As soon as something is released, it's already in his house.
Absolutely.
It's already in his house.
Absolutely.
Any fan who's ever gone and bought that, just like today, as soon as I posted it, DP, he was on there at midnight and bought it immediately. And I just can't thank that guy enough. He's been fantastic. He's been a part of our journey as well. And to everyone I forgot, when you're on the spot, you forget. Sorry.
Yeah.
Love you all. Love you all.
Stay
You know who you are.
Yeah.
One more big one.
Go ahead.
Big one. Dave Carson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you changed my life with your artwork as a young lad, and now that I'm older, you helped solidify what I wanted to do with your imagery, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, we definitely got to
It's
shout out
amazing.
the local venues and all the games we played with.
Yeah.
You can't forget them.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
I
important.
mean, the list
right?
could go on and on. I mean, Trevor Kennedy with Phantasmagoria Magazine. I want to thank him. I'm going to think of
I was going to mention him.
I'm going to kick myself after this is over because I'm blanking right now.
On the note of venues, particularly the Milk Parlor and the Flying Panther Skate Shop in Roanoke.
Take your time, think about it. Just like if you forget anybody, just make a video later, make a little reel, and thank them. There you go. It's always nice to say thank you to people. It's always nice to support, especially local businesses, guys, especially local bands. I think we don't do this enough. We don't support our local bands enough. It's real fun. Loving this moment, Sleep Token and all these guys. But these guys are the real fucking heroes. The ones that do this without having the big pay. The ones that fucking kill themselves. Bringing up those equipments up and down those stairs at the Milk Parlor. You guys are amazing.
Well, these guys are the reason, with them, and Terra Firma was the reason I got media at the Milk Parlor. And Dwayne's like, I will make sure that you have it. I'm going to put in a special request. And I'm so thankful for all you guys.
Oh,
that's all for appreciation of the fans and love of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I saw your pictures from Amp Fest. I was like, we got to get her over here for Terra Festa.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, I love doing pictures of you all, and I just get so engrossed when I'm doing pictures, and I'm like, look at this shot. And like the drum shots, I always, like I said, love getting drum shots, but pictures of everybody in particular, but I always blow myself away because, you don't expect so much of yourself, and then you see what you produce, and you're like, okay, I did pretty good. But no, it's always fun to do your all's pictures because you've got movement and, you're reliving that moment, being at the show.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm being honest, some of the shots you've gotten to Sterling are some of the better shots we've ever had of him.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
If I need to thank anyone else, I want to make sure that we thank the most important people, and that's just the fans. The fans that come out, do everything. Making music is something we're going to do no matter what, and the fact that you like what we do and want us to come back and keep doing it, there's no words to describe how wonderful that makes us feel, and you guys are the best.
Yep, means the world to us.
Steve, you got anybody you want to thank?
I think I'm gonna thank Caleb, my good high school buddy. He's always been one that's helped us with merch.
Huge supporter too.
Carrying equipment, always buying our merch and stuff. And I guess all our family and friends, and my girlfriend Molly.
Hi, Molly.
Hi, Molly.
Very important people, the support you can get from your friends, your family, and especially your partners.
I can bring up my friends list, and I can just call out every single name, like Alex. Here. Yeah.
Well, guys, we'll be here all night. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, between all of us, that's a really long list.
Hashtag and Molly.
And Aaron.
Well, guys, I appreciate that you guys took the invitation. Sarah, thank you for setting all us up together.
Oh, you're most
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah,
you guys are amazing.
Yeah, it's
Before
awesome.
I let you go, I'm going to ask you the NYXUS question. The NYXUS question is always related. Think about mental health. Mental health is very important to me. I did an episode at the beginning of the year, a full week, and it's going to happen next year too. You never know who could be watching now, later, who could be needing to hear this. Let's see. If you had a chance to sit down with a younger version of yourself at any age, what would you tell yourself? And there's no good or bad advice. I mean, we've had anything from don't drink too much to you should drink more. don't get married. You know what I mean? Like, and the list goes on. So you can take it as serious as you wish, or you can go ahead and make it comical. It's all about, just feeling and trying to make your younger self maybe feel better.
Well, I would tell myself to take it easier on yourself. Like you said, drink less. That sounds so simple, but it's very important because we're not built to last, and wear and tear is very real, especially mentally. So you need to be mindful. It'd be nice at a younger age to be more mindful about your longevity and your mental health. And just, because we're in these bodies every day as we age. It's a long road. So things you do in your early teens and your 20s, I'm not going to say they can come back to haunt you, but that emptiness or that feeling, it can be long lasting. So yeah, just take it easier on yourself, and all the stuff you see that's so cliche, like eat right, sleep right, plenty of fluids, and don't do drugs. But everybody's an experiment, but those things do take a toll on you. So that's what I would say.
I would tell myself, don't smoke.
Get out of my head.
I would tell myself, don't smoke, and everything you're doing is going to be worth it in the end, and don't stress. Because I couldn't be happier with the direction my life took. I wouldn't be who I am and where I am without the choices I made.
Yep.
So to keep it humble, I would just tell myself not to smoke. That was a terrible choice, and knock the pee out of myself.
That's very similar to what I would say. I would tell myself not to stress little things so much, because by the time you get to where I'm currently at, you're going to realize that 99% of it didn't actually matter. So not listen to the voice in the back of your head that tells you nobody cares, because the people around you care more than you realize. And yeah, don't smoke. It's a trap.
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 Yeah, I'd have to agree. I guess just don't party as much, smoke as much, but don't also be, easy on yourself and not too hard, and don't regret your decisions that you made, because you wouldn't be where you're at if it wasn't for it.
Stand by your decisions.
Yeah, and each new day it's a new day to make those better decisions. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love the advice. Don't smoke is a good one. I wish I could have told myself that. God, was it hard to stop. I did it, but
I'm still working on that.
You got it.
Second.
Mind over
Yeah.
matter. I mean, I vaped for a while, and then I got sick of vaping. It tasted like shit, and I was like, okay, I'm done.
It's not satisfying.
No,
Yeah.
it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Before I let you guys go, where is the best platforms where we could follow you to catch every news about the Ziggurat?
Every moment, every day, Facebook, Instagram, those are going to be quickest hot links that you'll see everything in real time. That's where it's going to be. You'll hear us on all the major streaming services. You can find us on Bandcamp, but if you want real-time updates, Facebook and Instagram is going to be where it's at.
And we find the Ziggurat just like I typed it down here.
The Ziggurat, and you'll look for the scary things, and that's where we are.
Love the scary things.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Sarah, always a pleasure to have you co-hosting
yes,
with me.
it's always
Love you,
great.
Sarah.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Melany.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Keep in touch, guys, and we'll get some updates for you guys. I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to be working on until 2024.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Have a good
Thank
night,
you
guys.
guys. You both
too.
night. Bye.
Bye-bye.